3 days up, 3 days down. Our final E3 adventure is in the bag, and we're here to tell you all about it. The news, the games, and Jake. What's going on, Ray? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here, and a special return appearance from the rarest bird. Jake returns, diving down. Rarest Pokemon?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are you Gen 8 or Gen 7 still?
Gen 9.
Jake is the rare Pokemon that, like, you know, there's that one new one in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee?
Yeah.
That's Jake.
He's the mystery Pokemon?
Yeah. It was actually just him.
Spoilers.
So we played some new stuff. We've got Jake's impressions on just about everything, and then Nintendo revealed some new details on some of their games today. So we'll go through it with you.
Impressions on you.
Wow.
Both of you.
You have reviews of us?
Uh-huh. Jake reviews.
He hasn't been here a long time, so I'm not sure how his opinion of us has changed. I'm a little nervous for that one. But let's start off with some of the stuff that they discussed. The big one was Mario Party. And would Super Mario Party have online? Well, yes, it does have online. It's not necessarily the online that we wish it had, but it is mini games, and there are leaderboards, and we are going to be able to compete, at least in some sense, of the Super Mario Party.
Yeah, I made the video on this earlier. It's unfortunate, right? Because we all want the main game, the board game.
Right.
Give us online with that. I don't know what the reason is. I'm sure it has something to do with maintaining the purity of Mario Party, because
It wants to be a local, in the room, argue with your brother type experience.
Argue with your brother, yes. That's how you're going to have all the fun with this. So it makes sense, and it seems like they're just kind of tossing us a bone. But I did say this, like, some online multiplayer is better than none.
Yeah.
It'd also be really awkward if someone just like dropped out in the middle of the board, like, Wario's gone. And you're just like, aw.
Yeah, I wonder if it's also a thing where they... Yeah, I think what you're saying is where they want people to... Like, how sad would it be? You're, like, matchmaking, and it's just, like, you and...
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to talk to them, like, a whole lot if it's random people.
Well, and also the elongated nature of the games. Like, you can be playing Mario Kart for an hour. So, like, having people all stay in the same session for an hour, like you said, connection drops, or just expecting someone to sit down and do that when it's not part of a greater party. Maybe that was just
not a super party.
Not a super party, but I'm still super pumped for the game. Reggie talked a little bit about Netflix, about Fortnite, about streaming services. He said that other streaming services are coming soon, but right now they're focused on games. I'm not sure why they can't focus on both at the same time. It seems like they should have some more people that could work on both sides of things, but okay. He said, in terms of Netflix in particular, to go ask Netflix. I don't know if we interpret that in any way, or if that's just him, trying to say something because there's nothing to say right now, or if Netflix really is working on it on their end, and the slope is with them.
You have to imagine it's coming. We've talked about these apps a lot. Like, they're everywhere, so...
It was weird that this E3 gave us really nothing about the online, no new apps, and no themes. If I had to make a list of what I was most sad about being absent from E3, outside of, like, the hopefuls like Pikmin and King K. Rool and Smash, themes. Like, I think themes is like a you and me thing. We haven't got to talk about themes a lot because you haven't been here. But I miss themes, and I wish they were around.
You think themes are an E3 announcement?
I think they're never an announcement, unfortunately.
No, I know, but I'm saying you're saying it's weird.
It would be a good thing to put in there.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun. It's like a new addition. He talked about how Fortnite continues to push downloads, and that they allowed Fortnite to sort of do what they wanted in terms of having crossplay, which is great, and that they're proud to sort of support it, and that they will continue to do that if it makes sense. But let's get to some of the stuff that we actually played and saw. Starlink. Let's start there. All of us had a chance to check out Starlink. We got to play the R-Wing ship. Star Fox himself was not there.
Yeah, I mean,
he's in a little glass box.
Yeah, he was very cooped up.
They did not take him out. He didn't want to play.
No, he was rusty.
Yeah.
But the game, we got to play with a bunch of different ships. You pop them on the Joy-Con. Well, first you put the Joy-Con inside of a little custom grip thing.
Yeah.
And then you put a pilot on. You slide a pilot in, actually. And then you put the ship on top. And then you can add weaponry. It is Toys to Life. It's not going to be for everyone. But I think we were all very surprised with how much fun it was, how quick and cool the building and changing mechanics work. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of awesome to see the R-Wing in there taking down their version of enemies.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it at all. I sat there, played it. I'm not very good at it. You made fun of me. It's okay.
I've never seen someone just be aiming all crazy in a ship ever.
In my defense, the control thing that we won't get into here. But yeah, the game's like really, really fun. Once I did get the hang of it, I can see how this is appealing. My only concern is like, will I care about the story just because it's probably skewed very young? Mm-hmm. But the gameplay is like really solid and really fun. It looks good on Switch and it handles well. Star Fox being in there was a nice bone to throw at fans. It's cool. I liked it.
My biggest concern is the pricing of how they decided to structure all that stuff, because at one point I was putting on pilot, ship, extra wings, weaponry.
Yeah.
And having that flexibility and having the different options is what made it really exciting and really appealing, and having a bunch of different pilots. I don't know how much, I don't think they've announced yet the pricing model for the extras. They did say that you'll be able to buy the DLC digitally as well. I don't think there's going to be a discount. I think it's just like, oh, if you don't want to deal with the toys, if you don't want to deal with going to the store, you can just get it on the eShop, which I guess is a nice thing, but you still are going to have to get them because the business model here is still that toys life. And I almost wonder if this game, like, okay, yes, the mechanic of changing them is very cool. Do you think you would like this game more if they said, hey, there's no toys of life, no extra whatever, it's just all on the disc, on the cartridge, but you don't get to do the cool physical real-world manipulation?
Yeah, I mean, just in my everyday life, like I don't have toys on my desk like sitting like that. Mm-hmm. Like I don't have a ton of room to have like all these like sporadic little pieces everywhere. I'm going to lose all of those things. Raylan is going to take them and hide them from me. Raylan's my cat, guys. So yeah, I'm okay with playing it without the actual toys as long as it's like fun. Like, yeah, like changing the things, it's a cool novelty and everything, but I don't think it adds to the game. For me, the game is a game, and all the toy stuff is probably not catered towards me.
How do you feel? Because I kind of think that if it didn't have the mechanic of actually building and placing and seeing that ship in front of you, this game would be brushed off as sort of a mediocre flight combat
I think it's sort of the same thing with like Skylanders, where it's like just another action adventure game until you bring the actual figures in. You can upgrade them and switch them out as you go, and like physically being able to see like, oh, I'm gonna take this and like anti-grav or like black hole creator or whatever, like ice cannon, and putting it on there, and then they seemed like it had a decent amount of upgrades and like upgrading pilots and weaponry and stuff. So like being able to have that and like knowing like when to switch, I feel like that adds a whole different aspect of the game to it, because it's like bringing it. It's almost like if you're like, you know, like you see like in like Star Wars or something, you see like the hologram model in front of you, like the Death Star or whatever. You have like when you're holding it, you see your model of your ship, and then it's actually playing on the screen. So I think it is like kind of childish, but it's sort of the charm of the game.
Yeah, and I was impressed with the depth there. We dove into some of the menus and saw that there are upgrades and augmentations for the weapons, for the ship, for the pilot. There's leveling up of your pilot and each pilot that you put on. You can even get into the nuances of, okay, the game will pause when you take a weapon off, or pause when you are ready to switch. The developer there was telling me that they have turned that off when they play, and that's an option for all players, so that it's more on the fly and feels like you're just like this super pilot, like switching things off on the go. It does seem like that if that's all there is, are like, okay, descend to the planet and fight these enemies, and there are some complexity within those encounters, in terms of like, oh, here comes an ice golem and you have to get a fire weapon, or oh, this boss and hit these weak points and then pull it this way and do that. But I hope that there is enough variety in what you're accomplishing within a ship, because you're not leaving the ship. That's not a thing in the game. There's no like exploration, or even like, oh, hang out in your ship and go talk to NPCs. There's no on-foot combat, so will they be able to maintain variety so it doesn't feel like I'm just in this same loop? Most of the variety obviously comes from the changing of the ships, but that's going to require dollars. I
mean, they said there was minerals and gathering resources, things like that, so there are other things in the game. It's not just like shoot. So there's more there. We're going to have to wait until we have the game to see how deep that goes.
Yeah, pretty fun. I liked it. And Star Fox, his R-Wing, has a default laser weapon that you've come to expect from that vehicle, but then you can augment it with all the different weapons and a cool variety of like flamethrowers, black hole guns, ice missiles. Pretty good. I think it was one of the titles that impressed us quite a bit. It was previously something that we had no interest in, and now I think I'm definitely going to pick it up. So that's Starlink. A little bit more on Mario plus Donkey Kong. It was a different section, correct?
Yeah, I played 2 new areas, or sections of an area I had already played. Completely different than the hour and a half I had with it at the event a couple weeks ago. Still really, really fun. They introduced a couple of new battle like objectives. I thought that was it, because I saw some new ones at the event. I said, oh, this is cool. There's new ways to win at battles. But now there's one where you guys remember where you have to reach a blue section Now it's the opposite. The enemies are trying to reach the blue section, and you have to stop them. So it completely just flips that on its head. They are still doing a lot of really cool and fun stuff with the characters. I had a better grasp for Cranky and Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is like seriously the best character in Rabbids, bar none. He has so many awesome abilities.
We absolutely need King K. Rool in this game now because he's nowhere to be found in Smash.
I just want King K. Rool
I need
somewhere.
my King K. Rool dosage.
Okay, we need
for
to
the decade.
we need to pitch in and get you like a actual like King K. Rool
First
action
four figures.
figures.
King K.
Yeah,
Rool.
just like really well.
Actually, I want a King K. Rool piggy bank.
Okay.
And then you put the coin in. He like.
We'll 3D print you that. But is this going to bring you guys to the game back at all? I finished it. I know you guys played a ton of it too. I don't know.
I didn't beat it now.
Okay, is this going to incentivize you to go back?
Yeah, I want to finish it. June 26th is coming up quicker than I even realized. I didn't know that like when we get home from E3, it's already going to be the 18th. So that's like a week away. There is a lot around that time. They are releasing into kind of a gauntlet of new releases with Crash, Lumines, Ease, and Wolfenstein 2. Not sure that is the greatest move, but it does look super good. You've had nothing but glowing praise for this expansion, and I do want to see Cranky and Donkey and maybe King K. Rool.
If you're watching this, like, relatively soon after we post it, the game's on sale. The Gold Edition is 50% off. It's down to $40. The Standard Edition, I believe, is $30. So get it at a cheap price. You can get less than retail for the full game plus the DLC. So jump on that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have second DLC. I'm trying to think of what characters they would use.
I mean, they would probably have to do like a whole new like world, like Hyrule.
I think maybe like Daisy or Birdo. I don't know.
Yeah. Birdo's Kingdom. Mauser and Wart rule the day. That's what we want.
I think you do Wario, Waluigi.
I do think this is it, by the way.
Yeah,
I think that this is it. They have mostly a new team working on this. So.
We did see Davide, and he looked very proud. So
Davide is so great. We saw him walking into our hotel. That's the homie.
All right. From there, let's talk about Smash and how you felt about that. We also played Overcooked 2, so if you have any additional thoughts there. We talked a little bit about that last night.
Overcooked 2 is the same insanity of teamwork and turbulation. I don't think that's a word.
Turbulation? It's like turbulence and tribulation?
Yeah.
Make it a word.
It's very fun, very difficult. There were some weird elements that I don't know if we didn't complete the first game, so I don't know if like teleporting and moving staircases, falling staircases.
I got far into the DLC in the first game, and it does get pretty crazy. I don't know if there was those exact mechanics, but there are things like, okay, you'll be on a space station, and like the spaceship, like the parts of the ship will like move and rotate, so you can't access different doors. They like to keep it very complex, but that's going to be our jam. And that's
it's probably just like another step in the same direction, same vicinity of Overcooked.
I don't know if it looked better or there were just more elements, but it did seem to pop off the screen. Like color wise, it was
there might have been more background things like going on, like we were like in like a castle, and there was like just like characters doing weird like spells or something. Like I don't know what they were doing. I was too focused on cooking the sushi.
Can I say what the funniest part about the game was?
Us.
It's you guys being so reserved because we were playing at E3 around a ton of people, Nintendo employees everywhere, and we couldn't be ourselves. And I can tell you guys just wanted to like really be you and have like the fun that you would have at home, yell at each other, be like, "Hey, do this." And that's gonna be super exciting.
Yeah, I'm really, really pumped for that. It's one of the most known commodities. They're not doing anything dramatically different there, but it's still one of the.
It's so simple but so engaging.
Yeah, it's one of the most exciting games that got announced, I think. Smash, your take on Ultimate?
My take, I'm really disappointed they don't have new characters, but I mean it feels great. It's gonna be so much fun to have it on Switch, be able to play it anywhere, anytime. That's their whole thing for this E3, and have that
every E3, every Direct.
Yeah,
take it with you anywhere.
Yeah, I know, but they were really hammering. It was like on like a 200-foot long screen, play anywhere, anytime, with anyone or whatever.
That was a cool screen. Let's touch on that for a second. Sorry to cut your thoughts off, but they would show like 30 Smash Bros. Characters and then change and then 30 more, and it's like it really is a mega roster. Yeah. It really is huge.
Yeah, I mean it is nice that you can play any characters that's ever been in Smash. I hope there's a couple more new ones. I wish they would get rid of like 50 of them and give us 10 new ones, but that's just my personal take on it. But it's still super fun. It feels great. It looks great. It's more Smash. Like, compiling everything you've ever experienced in Smash onto one system that you can take anywhere is pretty amazing when you think about it. Like, it's like you're taking your entire childhood that you grew up playing Smash and you're putting it on a system that you know and love now, and you can play anywhere with anyone at any time. That's pretty incredible. And they are giving us some new characters with Ridley and Inklings, and I feel like there's going to be a couple more.
I have a conspiracy theory about new characters, by the way. We won't get into that here. Maybe that's a separate video. But I wanted to touch on Daisy a little bit because people kept saying, like, hey, that's a new character. It's not. It's a Echo. It's a skin.
It's a new character.
Yeah,
It's a new Nintendo person in the game.
Yeah, but it's Peach with a
Right.
different skin, right?
Right.
For all intents and purposes.
And she was not playable in this demo at all. We wanted to bring you guys footage of Daisy, but there was no Peach, so there was no...
There's got to be an ARMS character coming, right? Maybe a Rabbids character. Definitely an ARMS character.
There is so much time. Like, I think the reason it's December is because there's gonna be way more announced.
Like a character per month.
No. I think.
I mean, yes. 3 more, please.
We get
4 more, 5 more. How many months are there in the year? 12. Okay, so
July,
5
August,
more.
September,
5
October,
more.
November,
5
December.
more. 5 more. The game's out the
I
first
think
week.
there's room for them to do a lot of cool stuff. Something is happening. I don't think that it's just like, hey, every Smash character ever, and that's it. Like something else, whether it be subspace. I mean, they could go a number of ways with that. What were you gonna say?
Me and Zach were talking, and we were walking today. Talking and walking about if they have any new game modes in the game, if they'll do anything different. And I was just brainstorming randomly, like, what if they had a game mode where you could, like you had to hold on to an item, and the longer you held on the item, like it gave you points, and you're like in teams of 2, 3, or 4. And so like some people had to protect like the person holding the item, and like it made you slower or something, or like capture the flag
Objective
thing.
smash.
Yeah, or like a capture the flag type thing where you'd like go gather an item in the middle and then take it back to your goal and go get more. So it's like there's different ways of like using that huge roster they have developed in new ways and more fun, unique ways you can play the game.
I just want there to be a massive stage that allows for a 66-player battle.
I was about to say that. I was gonna say like, there's no way this happens, and I know people kind of hate this, but
They're probably 8-person battles.
There's
coming
almost
back.
Enough characters now to have like a battle royale of some kind.
Even if it's just a giant stage, so it's like online, and you only see like where you are on the stage, but like it's extended. It's like 5 stages wide.
It randomly gives you a character. Like there's one of every character,
yeah.
and but you're just like randomly assigned one.
And it's
you
like, go, see who survives.
These are pipe dreams, guys. This isn't happening. Hopefully some new
That's
characters.
where I live.
Put us down those pipes.
Yeah.
Sakurai, jump down that pipe. Again, did you see that he echoed again that he's not sure if he'll ever work on Smash again?
He says that every Smash, though.
This man,
We love him, but he works.
That's why this is the ultimate. It's the final. It's the finale.
He works
it's done.
so hard. Like
and he puts so much stress and pressure on himself.
I have so much respect for him. Like he feels the weight of the world on him because of this. It's amazing. I told you, like.
It's so funny just to see like some developers like, oh yeah, we're so excited. And I'm sure he's excited as well, but like I love he's like, I don't know if I can do it anymore. I don't know if I can put up with this anymore. I don't know if I can handle it. But yeah, Smash is very cool. I think that's it. I mean, again, there just weren't a lot of Switch games playable. I'm trying to rack my brain if anything else we played today is coming to Switch. We just saw, just now on Twitter, that Panic Button says they are bringing another port to Switch, and it will be announced next month, which is interesting. So we'll have to think on that, what that could be. I don't think it's going to be like some brand new announcement. I don't think it's going to be a direct. I think it's just going to be something that's previously existing. But that's good news.
Yeah, let's keep in mind they don't exclusive. Like people were saying, hey, Bethesda, they've done a lot of other stuff, including Rocket League on Switch and a number of other things. So
it's hard to really gauge if it's going to be something massive or if it's going to be something smaller scale. But we'll posit that I guess as we move into July. But for now, that's the show. 3 days up, 3 days down. We got to play just about everything. A couple questions to address. We were not allowed, no one was allowed to capture Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu footage whatsoever, so that's not a thing that anyone has. We do have more Smash footage. We do have Overcooked footage. We do have Starlink footage, so we will be sharing that with you guys. And we got to capture Starlink on Switch, which was really cool. And I thought that game, again, was like the pleasant surprise of the show for Switch, probably.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on games today?
On games, no.
I'm bummed that we didn't play Killer Queen Black. I've heard too many good things. It looked just like, I had no familiarity with what Killer Queen was or that arcade game at all. But there was always like a bustle around that station, and I kept seeing like tweets and posts like, hey, it's really a lot of fun and a really good time.
Yeah, none of us got hands-on time with it, so I can't really
It's like
speak
the
on
only one we missed, I think, out of everything.
Smash, it's really hard to get away from those Smash stations, like...
Because we played Smash, we played Dragon Ball Fighters, we played Fortnite, we played...
Everything.
Yeah, I think we played everything, save for Killer Queen Black. So check that out when it releases. Let us know your take on Day 3 and the games we discussed. How you feel about Starlink? Are you pumped for that? Did the E3 presentation or our discussion change your opinion at all? And how about Mario Party? Super Mario Party incorporating online. It's not the online we want, but it's some online. Is that good enough? And just any final thoughts you have on the show. We'll probably wrap things up and kind of give an overall review in a bit. right now, though. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for supporting us through all 3 days and beyond. Like I said, we got a lot more content, so we'll keep it coming. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date for all of that. Follow us on Twitter and Discord. We'd love to have you there. And until next time, Jake, thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting us this E3. Thank you for being Mr. Off-Screen Filmer. And Gabe, as always, for me and him, thanks so much. Switch Force out.